Okay, this practice is going to be great for people that work in an office. So if you're one of those people that for their work, they have to sit down a lot all day, and you're in this position where you're sat at your desk and you're working away for like 8 hours, and then you're wondering why your back hurts and your shoulders hurt. This practice is going to be great for you. So if you're stuck in that same position for a long period of time, we're just going to work on sort of opening you up and just getting some joints moving. So this practice is going to be great for office workers. Right, so let's say that you're at your desk and you fancy just doing a bit of movement, or you're somewhere a bit more private where you don't want to be seen to be doing some crazy yoga stuff. First thing I want you to do is kind of get up off your chair, and we just need to get your body moving, okay? So the first one I'm going to do is some spinal waves. Now, thinking about the movement of the spine, we're going to round ourselves down all the way to the bottom and then round ourselves all the way back up. But we want to think about the vertebrae of our spine rolling round one at a time, okay? So if you want to stand with your feet directly over your hips, standing in this nice anatomical posture to begin with. Now, starting at the top, very slowly, just sort of tuck the chin, and then starting in that upper back, rounding the shoulder blades down, one vertebrae at a time, bringing yourself down into that position, yeah? So don't worry about how low down you can go, yeah, whether you're just sort of touching the shins or the ankles or the toes. Just hang out here just for a few breaths and just feel that sort of lower back start to open up. Yeah, you might find a bit of a pull into the hamstrings here, and then when you're ready, starting at the base of the spine, very slowly, just sort of unravel, bringing ourselves back up to the top. When we reach the top, we're going to open the arms, open the chest, squeeze the shoulder blades, open up a little bit, and then just bring ourselves back into the middle. Yeah, let's go for that again. So starting at the top of the spine, rounding yourself down, taking it nice and easy. We don't want to do this one too quick. Yeah, so just rounding in that spine, dropping down, get a bit of a stretch into that lower back and then the hamstrings, and then same again. Start from the base of the spine, one vertebrae at a time, unraveling. Yeah, a bit like a tentacle of an octopus. Yeah, unraveling, reaching the top, opening the arms, opening the chest, go for a big stretch, and then back into the middle. Yeah, same again. Let's go for one more. Rounding in the spine, dropping that head down, bringing yourself down to the bottom. Yeah, just allow the head to just sort of dangle down. Good, and then nice and slowly unravel, bring yourself back up to the top. Good, and then again, when we reach the top, let's open the arms, open the chest, go for a nice big stretch, and then back into this position here. Now, thinking about that movement into our spine, we work rotation, a bit of lateral, flexion, extension, so sort of going forwards. So we're just going to go for a little bit of lateral movement, all right? So again, feet underneath the hips. You can place your hands sort of behind your head or on top of your head, and we're going to tilt from side to side, all right? So just very gently, just getting a nice big side bend over to one side. Feel that stretch open up into that side of the body, and then bring yourself back up to the top. Good, same again. As you lean, just try and breathe out, yes? Just release that tension. That's it, and then come back up to the top. Yeah, and we'll go for a couple more each side. So bending over one way, coming back up, and bending over the other way, and then coming back up. Yeah, let's go for one more on each side. So bending over one way, good, and then bending over the other way. Nice, good, back up to the top. Right, still in our standing position. What we're gonna do now is just go for a bit of a windmill type of movement, okay? So we're gonna stand, yeah, again, feet roughly about shoulder distance apart. Now we're gonna go for a nice big circular motion. So we're gonna start with the hands up into the air, then we're gonna go for that side bend, then from there, let's soften the knees, scoop ourselves around, so we'll try and get those fingertips towards the floor, and then bring ourselves all the way back up to the top, yeah? And then we're gonna change direction, so bending over to that left-hand side, softening the knees, scooping it round, taking it nice and gentle, yeah, especially if you've been sat at the same position. Same again, over to the other side, yeah, some bend, scoop it round, bringing the fingers down to the floor, and then coming back up, nice, and then over to the other side, bend, scoop, round, and down. There we go. Good, so just sort of bringing that movement into the back and into the spine and just sort of getting everything moving, yeah? So if you've been sat at your desk in this position, we want to get stuff moving, okay? Now, if we're in that position into that chair and we're here, yeah, we're sort of working on the computer, the shoulders tend to round, yeah? So what we want to do is think about opening up our chest. Now, let's bring the hands behind the back. You can either interlock the hands, or you can sort of hold onto the wrists or hold onto the forearms, or, you know, interlock your fingers, you know, whatever works for you, what you can manage to do, okay? So we're gonna hold onto the hands, think about pushing the hands down, and at the same time squeezing the shoulder blades and lifting that chest up, yeah? So you should feel that big pull all into the chest there, yeah? So same again, standing up or sitting up nice and proud, lifting that chest, breathing, yeah? So we want to hold this stretch for a little while, just to allow the time for the chest to really open up and breathe, yeah? When we're doing these, we don't want to hold the breath, we just want to let it flow. Now from there, if we start to lift the hands up just a little bit more, maybe an inch or two, yeah, stay strong in the forearms and the wrists. That's it. Good, and then release, yeah? Just give it a few shake off. Now into the shoulder joint as well, let's get that shoulder joint moving, so we're gonna go for some rolls. Now, again, standing or sitting up nice and tall, shrugging the shoulders up towards the ears, then pulling them back, and then dropping them down. So just try and think about making a sort of circular motion with that actual shoulder joint, yeah? So lifting it up, pulling it back, dropping it down, yeah? Same again, lift, pull, back and down, yeah? Lift, pull, back and down. Good, then change directions, so going around the other way. So pull back, lift it up, bring it forwards, drop it down, yeah? So bring the shoulders round in that circular motion. Nice, let's go one more. It's a big circle. Yeah, right, so still working into the shoulders and the chest. The shoulder, being a ball in a socket joint, obviously moves around in lots of different directions. So this one, we're gonna start with the arms level. So the palms are up, and then we want to think about twisting in that shoulder joint, yeah? So your shoulder joint's twisting around this way, okay? So palms are up, and then we're twisting around, forearms are turning, wrists are turning, and then we're turning it all the way back. Yeah, same again, twist, and then back. So as we open out, we'll feel the chest open up a little bit as well. When the palms face up, let's just go for that movement through the shoulders. Yeah, let's go for a couple more turns. Good, release. Yeah, shake it off. Give yourself a big hug. So what we're gonna do now is the shoulder blades, we're gonna think about sort of pulling them apart, yeah? So getting that movement into our scapula, shoulder blades at the back. So we wanna give ourselves a nice big hug. So we'll cross the arms and then just try and think about walking the fingers a little bit closer to the shoulder blades. Now the shoulder blades, think about pulling them apart, yeah? So you're trying to pull them open, yeah? So walk the fingers, pull the shoulder blades apart, yeah? Hold it there, breathing as well. Good, and then release, and then change the cross, yeah? So now onto your other side. So it might feel a little bit weird, a little bit different, yeah? Same again, walk the fingers, and then pull the shoulder blades apart. Same again, just a couple of breaths here. Nice. Yeah, good. Okay, release. Now let's go for a nice forward fold, but we'll go for a chest opener as well. So like we did before, interlocking the hands, squeezing the shoulder blades, lifting the chest. But now what we're gonna do is go for a nice forward fold, yeah, so we can get into that lower back as well. We're gonna go down nice and gentle, and then when we come up, we wanna come up nice and gentle, yeah, so we don't want to head rush when we come up. Okay, so hands behind the back again. Let's inhale, squeeze the shoulder blades, open up that chest. And then as you exhale, start to drop that head down, coming into that forward fold position. Thinking about pushing the hands towards the sky. Don't worry too much about how high up your hands can go, but really think about those two focus points. Yeah, opening up the shoulders and the chest, so you should feel that pull there. And then as we're into this forward fold position, just getting into that lower back as well. Yeah, you might find a bit of a pull into the hamstrings. Yeah, we're holding here, yeah, so we need to allow the time for the muscles just to really relax. Yeah, just loosen up. Good, and then very slowly, again like we did before, starting at the base of the spine, unraveling. Yeah, and then we can release the hands, pull them apart, and stand up nice and tall. Now, if you've been at a computer, you're at a desk, wrists tend to sort of get quite stiff because you're not really moving your wrists around too much, right? So you tend to be in this sort of position here, but then you're not moving your wrists around. Even if you're holding your mouse, all that movement is coming from your shoulder and your elbow rather than the actual wrist. So good couple of ones for the wrist. We're going to start with the palm facing inwards. You're going to grab hold of your hand and turn it away from you. Yeah, so your little finger is coming towards the nose. Yeah, so rather than the thumb going towards the nose, turn little finger towards the nose. Yeah, so you're turning it that way. Yeah, so you feel that stretch into the wrist, into the forearm, just getting a bit of rotation there. That's it. So you can do that a few times. So twist it round. Same again, grab, twist and turn. Little finger towards the nose. Yeah, good. Give it a shake. And then your other one is grabbing the fingers and pulling down this way. Yeah, so you can open up the hand, because if you're in this position, the hands sort of curve this way, and then we want to bring the hand open. Yeah, so pull on the fingers, feel the stretch down that forearm and the wrist. Yeah, and again, bring it round. And then pull it open again. Nice, good, give it a little bit of shake. And then changing wrists onto the other side, same again, palm facing in, grab hold of that wrist, twist it, turn it, little finger towards the nose, and you're getting that rotation through the forearm and that wrist. Yeah, lovely, same again, twist, grab, turn it away. Yeah, little finger towards the nose. Good, give it a little shake. And then same again, grab and hold those fingers, pulling it open. Yeah, it feels quite nice opening up the palm and opening up the fingers. Yeah, so bring that round. And one more, open it up. Yeah, good, cool. Give it a shake off, sort of move your wrists around. Lovely, right, so moving down from the spine. So good ones for, you know, if you're sitting at a desk all day, if you can do something at your desk for your upper body and your shoulders, definitely do this one where you're opening up your chest. Yeah, because what tends to happen is you tend to get a little bit lazy when you're sitting at your desk and your shoulders tend to round and this tends to come forward. So we want to think about opening up the chest. So top tip, definitely go for that one, opening up. All right, so from our shoulders and our spine, let's sort of move into the hips, yeah? So moving into the glutes, getting those hips moving. What we're going to basically do is bring ourselves down onto the floor. Yeah, we're going to come into a tabletop position next. So from our tabletop, yeah, so we've got the hands over the shoulders and the knees over the hips. The left foot is going to come round to the side. Yeah, so that foot lands flat. I want to push that knee out a little bit. And now thinking about that hip joint, we're going to move it round in a circular motion. All right, again, because your hip is a ball in a socket joint, you need to move it round. All right, so from that tabletop position, foot comes out to the side, and then very gently just start moving that hip round. Yeah, so just feeling it out, just notice how it feels. Yeah, seeing if there's any restrictions or any noises or, you know, any popping or cracking, any grinding. Yeah, that's it. And then change directions. Yeah, so we want to go around the other way. So start scooping that round. Yeah, good. Bring that left leg back in and then we'll change legs. So moving on to that right leg. So right foot comes out to the side, push that knee out a little bit, and then same again, scooping that hip round. Again, just nice, gentle, circular motions. Yeah, your left and your right hip might feel a little bit different. That's totally normal. Yeah, then change directions, going back around the other way. Yeah, good. Right, bring that back in. So now we're going to move into a lunge position. So opening up our hip flexors. So if you've been sitting at a desk, your body's upright and then your legs at this sort of 90-degree angle. So your hip flexor in here is shortened in this position. Yeah, and if you're in this position for 8 hours a day, things are going to get stiff and tight. So into your hip flexor, we now need to move it in the other direction. So we need to kind of open it out, okay? So from this lunge position, we're gonna have our left knee down and step the right foot forwards. Instead of being at this right angle here, we're gonna bring this foot forwards a little bit, and we're gonna think about pushing the hips forward. So, nice tall posture, take a deep breath in, and then as you breathe out, sink everything forwards. Yeah, try and stay up nice and tall, and then really put that focus into this left hip flexor here. Yeah, quite good to open the hips and sort of turn the pelvis in the other direction. Yeah, so again, just breathing here, just allowing that time for it to open and stretch. Nice. Very nice. Right, from there, bring yourself back, and then we'll change legs. Yeah, so bring that other leg down. Yeah, left foot comes forwards. Make sure we're at this angle. Same again, centered, nice tall posture. Big breath in, and then as you breathe out, sinking it down. Yeah, same again. Lefts and rights might feel a little bit different, but yeah, see how you go. Again, just take it easy. Yeah, good, and then coming back. Right, definitely do that one, yeah, if you're sat at a desk, because if you think you're sat in a chair and you're in this position, this is all compressed in here, so you want to think about bringing the hips back and sort of lengthening and opening that hip flexor. Now, if you're in this position and your knees are in that alignment, like I said, if you're stuck in that same position, things can get tight, but your hip moves around in lots of sort of different directions, all right? So we're gonna look at external rotation, so the hip coming outwards. So a good one to do if you're at your chair. So if you think about sitting at your chair, and then this ankle is going to come across the knee, and then you're going to lean into it. We'll do this one seated today. So all we're going to do is take a seat, yeah? We're going to bring the right ankle on top of that left knee, okay? So it's not on the knee or below the knee, it's just on top of it, okay? Hands are behind for a bit of support, and then we're just going to start by just bringing that foot up like this. Now, the hip is in external rotation, yeah? So it's coming out to the side. That sort of activates the glutes. So your glutes, you've got a few different muscles. Your piriformis as well was in there. So that's the one that tends to get quite tight when you've got sort of sciatic pain. So yeah, I'd always recommend external rotation of the hips if you've got sciatic issues, okay? So ankle just on top of that knee, hands at the back for support, foot is flat. Now, depending on how high up you want that foot to go, you can see that I'm very compressed in here, and the stretch is going to be a bit more intense, right? So if you need to lower that front leg to ease out of it, so in this position here, there's not too much of a stretch, but if I bring that foot flat and start tucking it in, the stretch intensifies, okay? So hands at the back for the support, yeah, getting into that external rotators. And we're holding here. So think about this one as well. If you're sat at your desk, this one's a great one to just basically put your ankle across your knee and then lean forwards. Yeah, you'll really feel that one open up into the hip. Good, and then you can release and it will change legs. Yeah, so now bring that other ankle just on top of that knee. And then same again, you can place that foot onto the floor. Lefts and rights are going to be different, so depending on how high up you want that foot to go, yeah, we can get into that hip stretch here. I'll show you another one that basically does the same movement. If you're a bit uncomfortable in this position, maybe supporting yourself with your hands might be a bit too much. Basically, we're going to go on our back. Yeah, you've probably seen this one before. And then you've got that same movement of the hip, yeah, it's going outwards, so external rotation. The ankle can just rest on top of the knee, and then the hands can come through this gap. Yeah, so rather than going sort of through that one, the hands are going to come through this one, holding onto the back of the leg and then pulling this inwards. So again, depending on how much you want to pull this in is going to be dependent on how intense that hip stretch is. Yeah, so you can hold that one there, and then same again on your other side, changing legs, hands goes through the gap, and then pulling that one in. Yeah. Good. Right, top tips. Yeah, if you're sat at your desk all day, thinking about opening up that chest, getting into your hip flexor, and then bringing your hip in external rotation. Oh, and moving your spine as well. So if I could give you a quick recap of those 4, or the 4 best ones. Hands behind your back, squeeze your chest, open up, yeah, because that's going to help open up your chest, squeezing the shoulder blades. Rounding in the spine, so you know, from that standing position, rolling your spine up and down. Kneeling position, forwards, yeah, into that hip flexor. And then again, anything where your hip is external rotation, sort of opening up the hip that way. So those would be my top stretches for office workers, yeah, or basically if you're at a job where you sit down all day. So thank you for joining me on this video. Take those nuggets of information with you, and hopefully if you're sat at a desk for a long period of time, these stretches will help you. Okay, thank you.